Hello, everybody out there in the internet. Welcome to the Comic Book Talk podcast for January 14th, 2020. I'm Chris Ham's Ticket Master, joined by.
Buff Larkin, I got a question to ask you.
Okay.
All right, you are the youngest retired person I know.
I'm not
All right,
retired.
you are retired. You retired, and you've been living off your well-earned money. Just think, if you hadn't spent money on your comic books or video games, you could never work again. You would never have to work again. Isn't that awesome?
mm, I mean, it's not
But where would the
because.
fun? Where would the fun be? You know?
Well, I mean, nowadays you have like Netflix and Game
Oh yeah.
Pass, so, you
You
know.
just be you just be addicted to porn. That's how it would be. Or addicted to Netflix porn because did you watch The Witcher yet?
No.
Boobapalooza. Oh my goodness. Popping out at every angle at you. What's going on with this world, Tekken, where I'm sitting down, I'm watching a nice show about a Witcher, and all of a sudden, every 2 seconds, boobs popping out. Boobs in your face. Boobs all over the place. Wasn't that a song? I'm sure it
I,
was.
I have no idea.
I'm sure it was somewhere somehow. Oh, Tekken. You have not been bewitched by The Witcher, have you?
No.
Oh. I will tell you this, all right? And I want you to understand that The Witcher is a fantastic piece of television that you will be glad to watch when you get a chance.
Okay.
Everybody crapped on it when the Cavill got involved in it, and you know something, he did a fantastic job, and he even shaved off his mustache for it. Isn't that nice? They didn't have to. They didn't have to digitally take off his mustache to film the scenes. Isn't that good?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, obviously. I mean, I didn't know he had a mustache when they did it, but you know.
Well, as you know, the rumor when they did the Justice League,
Yeah, that's
uh,
actually true.
yeah,
He had because he
he
was
had
contractually obligated.
because he was in Mission Impossible
Yeah,
with a mustache, and then either they had to reshoot it or whatever,
it's just bad CGI.
and so they had to bring him back, and see, he had to film everything with a mustache, and so they had to then take it out from there. What's your belief on the Snyder Cut? Everybody wants the release of the Snyder Cut. What's
I
your belief?
I haven't even seen it. I
Well,
don't.
that's why everybody wants to see it. That's
No,
the whole point. Nobody's seen it.
I
They
haven't
want to
seen
see it.
Justice League at all. So it's like I honestly don't care. But it's like whatever, man. I'm whatever. I have I have no opinion.
Okay.
So
Well, we'll get into your elitist ideas. Only Marvel for Tekken in a little.
whoa,
But
whoa.
hey,
I'll
you're the one
have
who
you
say
know.
you have me
Speaking of
know.
like, oh, people just like crapped on it before it was out. I remember when the same thing happened when Joaquin Phoenix got cast as Joker, and look what happened in that movie. That was an amazing film.
You
And people
did.
are all
You
like,
enjoyed it.
I don't know, man. The test shoots came out, and it was like, ooh, and then people were like, ooh, this is
No,
terrible.
that was when Buddy was doing that for the Suicide Squad, and they showed the Joker, and everybody's going, "What the heck?" Blech. That's what they were saying that. But anyways, we'll give okay. So write that down on your piece of paper of things to talk about in this discussion
I
about
mean,
the
it also
Joker.
happened when I think Ben Affleck got cast as Batman, but I never saw that, so I'm not sure.
It wasn't too bad. I think there was more grief when Robert Patterson got the nod for Batman, the new one, than Affleck got for his shot at the cape and cowl. That's okay. But hey, everybody gets a shot at Batman. So I'm just waiting here for my call from Warner Brothers saying, "Joe, it's time. It's your turn. Yay!" So don't worry about that. It's all good. Is it sad to know that now that we understand the whole thing about copyright and all that, that we'll always see a Batman movie every 5 years because they could lose the copyright if they don't have the movie, if they don't make a movie.
I mean, it's the same thing with Spider-Man. Sony has
Yeah,
to
it
keep
is.
pumping
Isn't
them
that
out,
sad?
so
Now the thing is, when it comes to that, Spider-Man, they did good. They reinvented Spider-Man without having to go through the whole Uncle Ben thing again this go around and everything else. But there's going to be that time where okay, we're going to do another Spider-Man and it's dog's breakfast.
Dog's breakfast.
A dog's breakfast. And everybody will understand. It was like, it's like, not good. But anyways, Witcher. All right, so you don't want to see it because you're afraid that it is going to mess up your gameplay that you haven't played in ever. Is that what the story is?
Yes, I'm saving it for when I play through the game, so I don't have anything spoiled for me. Because I didn't know it was like not tied in or whatever. So
No.
like it was like a prequel or world building, blah blah. So
yeah, just think of it. Think of it as like tying a shoe. So the show is the basic first tie, right? And then the game you're playing is kind of like the loops and all that is the finishing of the tie. That's what it is. So it's part of the knot, but it's not the finishing of the knot. So it's not going to ruin anything. But it helps make the knot stronger by watching The Witcher. See, when you don't talk to me in a couple months, and you go off on a cruise and look hunting for chicks, and you don't think I'm not listening. I get better with age, baby. I'm like a fine wine.
okay.
But anyways, so I would again recommend. And the next time we talk, I'll have expected you to watch the whole entire season, and we can go over it minute by minute, each episode. With a fine-tooth comb. No. We'll talk about it, and we'll see how much you enjoyed it, okay?
Okay.
But I am going to warn you, all right? What are you laughing at? I don't even know what I said. I'm going to say yet. Something about boobs. Absolutely. Lots of boobs. So just be careful, all right? I don't want it to send you down the horrible, dirty road of pornography on Netflix, okay? They're almost there. Obviously, when watching this Witcher, we're almost at the pornography stage of Netflix. So there you go. You pay for it. That's all I'm saying. All you have to do is flip the switch and all of a sudden, walk, 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 walk. That's all I'm saying.
What?
Well, that's my version of 70s porn music. Of course, I was only like 5 when that was set, so I have no idea what it actually sounds like.
Walk, 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 walk.
Walk, 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 walk. Walk, 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 walk.
It sounds like Fozzie the Bear.
Waka, waka.
Waka, waka, waka.
Waka, waka, waka. There you go. Our new code for 70s pornography is waka. No, our code for pornography in general. Waka, waka, waka. There you go. Honk, honk. Anyways, that's good. So excellent. Yes, Witcher was a very. I came into it with. I was just wondering how good it was. People were telling me it was very good, and it overall exceeded my expectations, and has made me jump back into a game I hadn't played in about a year. So that's even better.
Yeah, and you're telling me it was one of the best games you've ever played, which is
it
makes me feel great because you're all about that Fallout 4 Bethesda garbage, and I was like, dude.
It is. I like the ending to this. I'm still haven't finished this game. I don't even want to finish the Witcher game yet because I'm enjoying the ride so much.
Oh,
waka, waka, waka.
And then guess what my most anticipated game for the year is? It's Cyberpunk 2077 by the same developer, so I am very jazzed about that.
Good. So tell me, give me a couple names of the games this year that you thought were the greatest games ever. Like I mean, like hands down, were the greatest games ever.
You mean last year?
Yeah.
Okay, so my favorite game of last year was Devil May Cry 5. It was just like really solid. Hack and slash action, 3D Japanesey, all over the place, cutting up demons and shooting them and stuff is great. 3D action combat, and it's also great, from like the story perspective of like carrying on what they've set up and like continuing it in a really good anime shonen vibe. I mean, I would say Awesome Western World Iceborne, even though it's just an expansion, is just like so good. Like what they've done with that is just like I have to mention it. I mean it's kind of a cheat because it's like they already made the game. They just like added on to like awesomeness, so it's kind of like it's kind of like the easy route of like okay, well Games already exist. Let's just whatever. Um, Control is an amazing game. That was fun. That was very exciting because I was like didn't know what to expect. I was like, I think it'll be good. I'll buy it. Whatever. I'll take a chance. Remedy. It was, yeah, very actiony. Very all your abilities once you get powered up. The story's pretty crazy too, and like all supernatural, otherworldly,
What was
weird,
your
weird.
favorite move?
In Control, my favorite
Yeah.
move. Oh man, I guess I'll say that the throwing stuff, man, because it's like it made me feel like Jean Grey, because your character, the protagonist in that game, is a woman. So it's like you have all these powers, and like you get levitation, you get telekinesis, and like this like shield thingy you can like put around you with like all the environmental stuff. It's really cool. Once you get powered up, it's so good.
So, but sometimes when you work so hard to power up your character, it kind of takes away from the game. Was this one of those instances that you jacked your person up so much that the gameplay didn't, or did the gameplay kind of become more enhanced when you got enhanced?
Well, there's other stuff besides the powers. 'Cause you have weapons too, so it's not like you can just use the powers and get through. Because like certain enemies need to be taken out certain ways before you can like get to their health, or they've got like a bit of shields, or they're the way that the different enemy types will come at you. You can't just like do the same thing. I mean, I guess you probably could, but it's not like as efficient all the time to do the same thing over and over. So,
Okay.
but it just like never gets old to just like take a piece of the environment and just like have it be hovering around you, and then just be like whoosh, 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 and just like throw it at something. It's great. And sometimes
Wow.
if it's explosive or just like if it like it's like some sort of like explosive thing you throw it and it like blows up. It's like, oh, that's great.
So when is your steampunk coming out?
Cyberpunk,
Sure.
and it comes out April 20 something, like the 20th, the 23rd or something.
And
Looking
that's the
forward
one
to
with
that.
is that the one with Keanu Reeves?
Yes, Johnny
Okay.
Silverhand, Keanu
Johnny
Reeves.
Silverhand. Waka waka.
You're such a dummy.
Uh, waka waka. So, did you see the PlayStation Network free games this month for January?
um, Free games, wasn't it like the goat game and
Yeah.
something else? Goat
Why
simulator.
the hell would somebody put up a goat simulator?
Because
Are they trying to capitalize on the crazy goose or whatever? And they think, oh, well, that's even better. Let's give them a goat simulator.
Goat Simulator came out before the Goose Game. I
I
think.
know, but they give it out for free because of the hype that this angry goose has been doing.
I don't know. I
And
think
so they're trying to say, hey, you want something animal like? Here, have a goat simulator. Eat some grass. Poop
it,
on a lawn.
is is this month also the Uncharted trilogy thing
Yeah.
collection? Well, then I mean that's what it is. Like you can't just have like two awesome games. You gotta have like a. I mean, not to say that
The
Goat
goat
Simulator is not
simulator
awesome, but like
is the greatest game of all
you gotta
time.
like even it out there. It's like, okay, well you've got this like amazing trilogy from Naughty Dog, and a goat game where you play as a goat. So
Well, here's a secret that not a lot of people know about the goat game. Wall to wall female nudity.
no, there isn't.
Waka waka. There you go. Anyway, so
Yeah,
uh
hold on one second. I just want to say before we
oh,
move on.
okay, finish your piece then.
Resident Evil 2 remake, also amazing from last year. That was like one of my favorite Resident Evils, and then like they brought it back, and then
Hmm.
3 remake comes out this year, and man, like people were like losing their minds and just like getting the crap scared out of them by Mr. X. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this one because they
What
have
what
no idea what they're in store for Nemesis, and like the way he stalks
oh
you is just completely just like even worse.
what happens at okay, so I was gonna say what happens because that was based on the old game how Nemesis stalked you. What happens if they change it for
I
a
don't.
kinder, gentler, more what's the word I'm looking for these woke kids here that they get shook, or they shook and they get shook. What happens if they don't like it and they go, "The guy's chasing me. It's not fair."
I don't
What
know.
maybe it's a kinder, gentler game? What would that do for you?
That's not gonna happen. Because like even when I was playing Resident Evil 2, I was like, man, this is like if you had Nemesis in the game. So it's like I imagine it's just gonna be as bad if not worse. So I can't wait to
So
see what they do.
So what happens? What happens if they bring out a remake of Resident Evil 4?
Mm, I
Now
mean,
that's messing with a masterpiece.
I don't. I don't know on that one because it's like I don't think it needs to be like the way it is kind of pretty good. So I'm not sure what they could do to like re
Just better graphics.
yeah besides graphically overhauling it. That's like to me that's one that like even though it did break the mold and just like kind of jumped the shark. It is like it's like my other favorite one in the series because it is so it's action. It's like more action focused, but it also is a very close quarters. You're claustrophobic. There's a lot of like interiors that you're going through, and there's stuff jumping out everywhere, every corner. But yeah, like enough firepower to like always get through the day in the situation. I don't know. I mean, if that's what they're gonna do, that's what they're gonna do. But it's like I mean, I play that one, and it's on PS4, so you can play it. So it's like you can
Yep.
look at it and be like, oh, what could they do? So as far as the scenario is fine. I mean, okay, hold on, time out. Actually,
Look at me where.
I just realized something because I was talking with RPG on Twitter about this the other day because he's like, I don't like escort missions, so Resident Evil 4 is what he always says about Resident Evil 4. So I guess they could take out the escort mission element when you have to save Ashley or something, or make it not as escort missiony somehow.
Is he a man who loves to hate and hates to love?
Not as much, but yes,
Okay, that sounds about
or
right.
not as much as like not as bad as it used to be, but
Well, you're more kinder, gentler as you get older. That's usually how it works. Or you get more crabby. It's one of the two.
more crappy.
All right. So, you went on a cruise.
I did.
I figured I'd throw this in the middle of our show. We entice everybody with the Witcher and the boobs, and then we slow down into the cruise, and they go, "What the hell's going on here?" So you're so rich that you went on a cruise in Florida, and you went. Was it the Love Boat?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay. How many were you the youngest person on the cruise?
No, probably not.
Okay. Were there any hot hoochies there?
What?
I'm just saying, sometimes women go on cruises to meet men, and you're a man, and you're out there, and I'm just saying, was there any hoochies?
I don't know. I
Okay.
wasn't looking for them, so that's a weird question.
It's not a weird question. You go out there, you go, "Hi, how are you?" You go, "Are you Tekken?" The girls come up to you, "Are you Tekken?" You go, "Oh, yes." "Ooh, come up to my room. Show me how you waka waka." Now, all right. Anyways, enough with the jokes. All right, so you went from Florida. First of all, how you flew to Florida?
No, I, we drove.
So you drove to Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and then you drove from Texas to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
It was a long drive.
Like you went through Louisiana
Mm-hmm.
and anywhere else? Like did you go through? No, you didn't go through Alabama.
Yeah,
Oh, you do?
Mississippi and
Okay,
Alabama, dude, because they're right next to Florida.
okay.
It's on the way.
I'm not my because I'm Canadian. So my thoughts of America, I don't care. I'm trying my best here, Tex. So you went through Alabama. What was your favorite state to drive through?
Favorite state, Florida, because it has 3 lanes all the way through. It's great.
Oh, three lanes. I'm talking about like sightseeing and all that.
Eh. I was like
Uh,
asleep for most of the time. The first, like the on the way through, the way back, I
and
was
you're
actually awake.
driving?
No, I wasn't
I'm
driving.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. Absolutely. And so when you woke up, and then there you were in Florida. You went to Cape Canaveral, right?
What?
Yeah, that was where the cruise ships were around there, right?
The cruise ships were in Miami. That's where we left out of.
Oh, Miami! Wow. Okay, I took a cruise once, and we flew down to Florida, and it was around the Cape Canaveral because we could see the launch site. That's where we picked up our cruise ship, not Miami. So that's nice. And so you went to Bahamas.
The first one we went to. That was on the second cruise, I believe. Is when we
Two
went to the Bahamas.
cruises?
Yeah, it was back to back. It was on the same ship, so you know.
What the hell? You're living it up.
um,
Did you guys decide just not to get off the boat and then you just kind of stowed away for the second cruise?
I mean,
You liked it so much?
when we got back to port, they had to like process this, but we got to just stay on. So yeah,
Oh, very nice.
but let's see. So the first one, we went to Cozumel, Mexico,
Hmm.
and then on the way back, I believe we went to Key West, and then back to Miami.
Oh,
And
very.
then on the second one, we went to Key West as the first stop, then the Bahamas, and then back to Miami.
Wow.
I, I'm trying to think. I'm not sure if we went. I don't think we went to Cozumel twice on the thing.
Did you
I,
get
yeah,
did you get
I think we went to I think we went through we went through Key West twice, but we that's like the only place that we stopped at twice, and then like the other places we went to like once. So yeah,
Okay, this is my last question. All the rest of my questions now will be offline. Um, what was your favorite thing on the cruise?
the food. It was a lot of creative food every day that I got to eat. Since I
Okay.
can't really cook or don't really bother with that stuff,
No,
so
no. Hey, did you ask him for pizza?
but I put
Did
on
you
the
a-
pounds, man.
I
I got
saw.
fat. And I was like, wow, I gained like 10 pounds. I mean,
Did you ask?
actually, I'm usually like 126, so that's like 15ish pounds. And I was like, wow. But then I like was looking at my pictures of before I weighed myself, like when I was enjoying my fun employment, and I was like, oh, I was at 130, so I only gained 10. But technically, it's like I can remember when I was 126, so I was like, man, that's like pushing 15 pounds there. So,
Yeah, you're getting
wow.
older, pal. Those days of seeing that number long gone now. You got to work for that now. You work? You're too busy enjoying retirement. You're not going to work for that. Um, well, did you ask them if they had any pizza pockets on
No, I
board?
didn't. I
This-
actually was trying to
this-
eat not bad, so I didn't eat any pizza the entire time because then that's all I would have ate. So I would have
yeah.
been like gained even more probably.
So your four food groups are pizza pockets, red hot dogs,
I don't eat
uh,
hot dogs.
and then what else candy.
I don't what?
And I'm not your four basic food groups that you eat.
I don't
So
eat a bunch of
pizza
candy.
pockets, pizza, calzones, and panzerottis. That's your four food groups right there. All right. So, but what was your okay? So great. You told me how much. The greatest thing about the cruise was the food. How about the sights? What was the best place you went to?
I mean, I didn't really go sightseeing in any of them. I mean,
Oh
I
my
guess no.
god.
The Bahamas, we went on a decent tour of the islands. It's not that big, so I guess the whole seeing the
Did you go to the jewelry store? One of the jewelry stores in the Bahamas?
We went to one, or I was with my mom like most of the
Yeah.
time. So it's
Yeah.
like she went into one in Mexico and bought something or something. So yes, I think she bought something. I don't remember. I got some like free trinket thing. It was weird.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the to entice you.
Yeah, because I was
So there you
like,
go.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, it was weird because I was just like, it's whatever. I'm not a big travel person, and I was just like, I added to the list of things of like my main pet peeves in life. Number one is like waiting in line or like a line queue. It's yeah. The second thing would be being solicited because it's like everybody just like wanted to like you to buy money or like spend money and like buy things. I was like, dude, seriously, like
Yeah. You your pet peeves, your list of pet peeves is bigger than the Bible. You know that?
that's not true.
It's true. Very true. And I'm on the top of your list of pet peeves. Figure that out. And we're still talking 6 years plus later. So figure that out. So did you get yourself a luchador mask while you're in Mexico?
No, but I saw some that are pretty neat. There was an Iron Man one
Oh,
and
what's wrong
something
with you?
else. I don't need one. Like why? Like this is where I'm at now as a person. Is like I look at a bunch of crap and I'm like I don't need this crap. So it's like
First
whatever,
of
dude.
all, you wear that mask on the ship. And so WAKKA, and then nobody now you just take the mask off and nobody knows. Jeez, do I have to do all the thinking for you when it comes to this? I don't think the mask would have fit on your head.
I, it's possible it wouldn't have. So I guess it's a good thing I didn't get it.
Get your mind out of the gutter. You're sick. You're sick. I'm talking about your hair on your head, for Pete's sakes. You have so much hair That wouldn't even fit over the mask. Wouldn't even fit over your head. Are you still there? Or you just
Yeah,
laugh.
I'm still
Okay,
here.
good. Okay, good. All right. So that's enough of the cruise. All the other questions will be left offline. You went and saw the Joker.
Yeah.
Now, how long did it take for you to go see the Joker?
Um,
Because it came out in October,
took a while because I think I saw it in November.
and we were the only person in the theater.
It was actually pretty empty. There was like three other people,
Did one of them start laughing out
three or
loud and
four.
all the
Yeah, it was weird.
just like
There's
just
like
like
there's
he
like at one point they like just randomly started laughing. I was like that was kind of weird, but whatever.
you know something? I'm gonna tell you this as a friend.
But
All right.
there was like it was like a couple, so like they might have like whispered something to each other or something, and then just like laughed at
Yeah.
some joke they made.
Okay, so you were
Because it seemed
in
like they
it.
were talking, but I was like so far away I couldn't like hear what they were saying. So
Yeah, I don't think they were talking. So great. You're in a movie theater with a couple, and they were really enjoying the movie. I'm sure.
it
Did
was
you say?
also weird because I was like, why would you be seeing this movie? As I was like the more the movie played, I was like, this does not seem like a couple movie.
Yep. Yeah, it's because you know why they went and saw that movie Tekken?
Why?
Because they figured they'd be the only people there,
Okay.
and you being there just heightened the excitement. Ooh, there's somebody in the theater with us while we're doing it. So there you go. So congratulations, Tekken. You're an enhancer. You're an influencer. That's what you are. You get all these people upset. So, anyways, while they were doing whatever they were doing and laughing while they're doing it, how did you enjoy the movie?
I thought it was great. It was fantastic. And then it sunk into me that, like, Mr. Earlier you said, oh, Taken, you're all about the Marvel, blah, 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 blah. It's like, as good as the MCU is, there's kind
Out of all the things I've said to you so far on this show, that's the one thing that that insults you. Out of all the other things I've said, that's the one thing that insults you.
it's like, as much as I like the MCU, it's kind of lacking in substance. And, like, Joker is just, like, full of just, like, substance and just, like, just amazing. Just, like, it builds and builds and builds, climax, and it's just like, that was amazing. And just, man. Great stuff.
Okay, so here's my question to you, and it's the question that's been brought up. So I know you already know the question. Uh, Real or not?
Oh, definitely. It felt like street level Gotham City, dude. It was amazing. I was like, this is like, and it was rated R, so it's like, yep. It definitely is just like this is Gotham City. I was like, man, this was great.
So he wasn't just thinking that in his head.
Who wasn't thinking what in their head?
Right. Well, because you see, okay, there's the Joker at the start. He
Mm-hmm.
gets off his meds.
Mm-hmm.
Then wackiness ensues,
I mean, some of it was in his head.
and then all of a sudden he shows up. He's in the psychiatric hospital, and then there you go. So the part where he ran out of meds, and then all the crazy stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which explain, but it's like okay, now he's in he's in the nut house again, and then it's over. So my question is, did the
Oh,
middle
was it like
stuff
all a
actually?
dream or something?
Yes.
No, no, that actually
So
happened.
all that happened.
Not all of it, but like most of it, like 80%.
Because even in the movie, it showed that okay, the woman with the child,
Yeah, there's like
you
that stuff
know,
like that where it's like he thinks that something or like he has like this like weird like misremember type of thing going on where it's like he was like delusional about it. That's a great part. It's like he's delusional. It's like so like he thought or like you're like you have a perspective of like what happened before, but then you find out like what really happened. It's like whoa. It's like he was really out there, man.
he's really out there, man.
He is. It's great.
He's really out there, man. He's out there. All right, here's the. I think it didn't happen, but
Why?
I think at the end was the true start of the Joker, because he killed that psychiatrist at the end. Because you see that he's walking down the aisle by himself, down the hallway, and there's blood on the floor from where his footsteps are. So he did something to her, and then he's crazy.
I
So
think that's the other great
that
thing about the movie is like he's only the Joker for like the last 30 minutes or so, and like man, that transformation so good, so good. Ah, and then it's like because it's in Gotham City, it's like it really does f you up, man. This is what it turns people into because it just beats you down. It's just like it's a terrible place. You don't want to go there. Just like don't go there, man. It's a trap.
His mom was not good. Poor kid. Poor kid.
Oh man. Okay, I don't want to spoil anything, but like when you learn what his relationship is to a certain character, that was just, man, the way that they did that, like that was a whole part of the story. I was like, what? That was amazing. That was just like incredible. But then, but that's the thing is like because like both him and his mother are a bit like, it's like you don't know. But then there's like hints that allude that it did happen, and you're like, what? It's just, man, that was great. That was great. I was like, wow, Joker. That was just mind blowing. It was great. It was awesome. I love that movie. I mean, the thing is like the film's extremely disturbing, but it is like a good film. So it's like it was just like, I felt very uncomfortable. There's like so much tension like happening, like especially at the end. It was like, ooh, what's gonna happen?
Are
Like,
you talking about
you just cut it with a knife. It was just like so good. It's like, oh man, something bad's about to happen. Something bad. It just kept ratcheting it up, and it's just like, okay, let me just like throw another. Let me like light another match and throw it. Oh, it went out before it hit the fire. Okay, let me just keep on striking the matches, and you're just like, just throwing it, and just like, it's about to explode. And just like, just like, it just builds and builds and builds, and then it's like, okay, the match finally didn't go out on the way in, and just like, whoosh, just, man, so good, so good.
Are you talking about what it was happening in the movie or in the movie theater with you and that couple?
I'm talking about the movie.
The tension was building and building and building. Sure it was. Absolutely.
Because the score, dude, it's like that.
I know somebody scored that night.
Shut up. Like the
sure
creepy
they
sad
did.
song that plays. It's all dear near, dear near. That was in my head for like days after I saw that. I was like, man, that was a good score. That theme, so dark.
Do you want to go to find that stairway?
No, I wouldn't be able to like do a good dance on them. So
it's in Brooklyn, I think, or the Bronx.
It's in the Bronx.
The Bronx, okay. That's good. So you enjoyed it. That's good, and you like the tension, so that's even better.
Also, I mean, this is like my hot take, but I would say it's better than Endgame because, like I said, dude, all style, no substance.
They're two differently
apples and oranges, but I prefer the apple to the orange. That's what I'm gonna say.
I can't. No, I can't compare the two. You can't. It's just two radically different superhero genre movies. They're both great. I can't separate one from the other.
I mean, to me, it's like
I can't.
I mean, Endgame is really just a payoff to like a bunch of build up, but there is no substance in that movie.
You can't say that. You
That's
literally
all it is,
cannot
dude.
say that.
It's like okay, we made all these movies. Here's the end of the storyline, and then like we break all the rules in the movie, and then it's like because it's completely inconsequential at the end of like whatever happens. So
you can't say that. You absolutely can't say that about Endgame. Then when Captain America gets the hammer, come on.
I mean, it was good, yes, but it's like, dude,
tears in the world I heard in the movie theater in my life.
I mean, it's like a different type of energy, dude. It's like positive versus negative energy.
So I can't say one is better than the other. They are both very good movies. They are both very good movies.
I could easily say Joker's better. It's such a better movie.
Yeah, that's because
it's not 3 hours long. For one, so it's
and
a
the thing
lot
is,
more
it didn't feel like it was
rewatchable.
3 hours long.
No, it doesn't. But it's like that's just because there's so much fast-moving parts
That's
in it.
why you pee in a cup.
I mean, as much as I did enjoy, like it had all the things I wanted. Like it did have Cap beating the hammer. They said a symbol. It had the Thanos scarecrow. So
yeah.
I mean, but then at the end of the day, it's like I don't like. I think the other thing is like it kind of just painted them into the corner of like I don't think it's gonna be topped, dude. Like how can you top that? Your brothers are out. I mean, Feige's still there, so he might take the helm and be able to like do something awesome again. But I don't know, man. We'll see.
Good. It gives him a challenge, and that's fine.
I feel
Trust me. Everybody builds like in America and in the world now. I'm sorry, builds things up. All right.
Mm-hmm.
They build things up to such a high pedestal that all of a sudden people turn on that thing and they knock it down, and then they build it back up again. So there's going to come a time when the Marvel superheroes are going to go kaputsies, and it's sounding more and more like it's going to happen sooner than later. Black Widow, yes.
Because it's like Eternals, dude. Black Widow Eternals, it's like, you know what I'd rather see? that Guardians movie that they were teasing at the end of like Thor and the Guardians. Like, what the f, man? I don't want to see the Eternals. F that crap. Like,
Morbius, maybe, but I
yeah, I
think
did like
that's
that.
gonna be.
I did like the Morbius trailer. That looked good.
But is that gonna bring people to watch it?
I mean, to
Like,
me, it's like they like their problem is their own problem. They're like really just fighting with their own success of like billions and billions of dollars. It's like, I don't know if there's gonna be $1 billion
damn,
worth of people watching Black Widow. Just,
that's fine. That's fine.
I mean, then again, Captain Marvel got there, so
You can't.
and that is like the most the most mediocre movie I've ever seen, and it
Yep.
made $1 billion.
Yep.
It's like what?
Yep.
Oh man.
I see. I agree with you on something, but
Did you see Bumblebee?
No.
Okay, I was about to say, 'cause like the secret sauce in that movie is it's an '80s movie, but then you see Captain Marvel, it's a '90s movie. Doesn't really feel like a '90s movie. It's like
No.
eh,
No. No.
not as implied. It's a bummer. Not a period
Yep.
piece like it could be.
Yep. All right. What movies are you looking forward to this year?
Let's see. This
I think
year.
you're a Doctor Doolittle's guy, so I think you're gonna really enjoy that coming
Oh,
out.
also like pour one out for Robert Downey because that movie's gonna tank. Sorry,
Thank you. And you want to know why I think it's gonna tank?
because it's not in the MCU.
No, no. And you see this, right? Watch this from when you see
Because
more
we already
people.
had Lion King with all the CG animals, and now it's like, you know what? Sorry, you're not Lion King.
Here's the secret
You're not
to know
Simba.
to know that a movie's gonna bomb. Okay, is when they do the screenings. All right? And if I'm wrong, I'll come out here and I'll say I'm wrong. I'll take the L on that. But but if you see more promotion for a movie before it comes out, then it's more likely that it's gonna suck. You know what I'm saying? Because right now I see Morton Downey Jr. I see Robert Downey Jr. You're too young to remember that name. Anyways, Robert Downey Jr. and they show him like clips talking to animals. I'm going, I love you, and I hope it's successful. But this is just smelling like it's gonna bomb. So I really hope it doesn't. But if you see excessive, the actors come out and do even more kind of advertising, or you see them on like Entertainment Tonight doing stuff, then you know that they're just trying to get somebody to see their movie. And it's gonna bomb. Remember Charlie's Angels?
Yeah, the new one or like something.
Yeah,
else?
exactly.
Yeah.
The new one? Yeah. Bomb.
The new one that nobody saw.
Yeah,
Cats.
And Cats. And that's it. That is a perfect example of what bombing right there. And everybody's sending out the special video feature of how, we went to cat school and all that, and nothing. And nobody wanted to, and it's like you're desperate. It's like that girlfriend who says, "Hey, I learned to cook a new meal." You're desperate. Get out. I started wearing different clothes. You're desperate. Out. That kind of stuff. Desperate. They're desperate for your money. Kick them out. That's how it is.
I guess
From the Gospel of Joe.
even though I haven't seen Dark Phoenix, I guess New Mutants because it's another X-Men movie. So yeah.
We're not gonna. And I saw the trailer for it at the start of this year, or should I say not this year, as in last year, 2019.
It got
Oh,
delayed.
it's coming out Valentine's Day. Oh, okay. It's a scary horror movie. Perfect. That's different. It's different from all than your usual Marvel thing, and then they'll bring it out. And now we don't know what's happening with it. They say, we're changing it, doing reshoots. Oh, we're doing this. So obviously, sucks. If you hear the word reshoots, sucks. That's how that is. And it's just don't. I want to see this movie, but I'm not going to pay money to see the movie. I'll go see it on Netflix. But I am paying to see it anyways, aren't I? And apparently pornography. That's what Netflix is now. Full frontal pornography. Did you end up watching the Watchmen TV series?
No, I haven't seen the live-action movie either. So I mean, people are saying it's really amazing though, but it's like for me,
the movie was very good.
Alan Moore's masterpiece is kind of like does not need to be tainted or contaminated, but it's already been that way. So it's like I kind of feel guilty if I support those projects.
So you did not watch anything of the Midnight or whatever it's called, Doomsday Clock.
No.
Good.
Everybody says it's good though. Well, not good, but
It,
like
it it's
it's got a lot of praise, I should say.
a worthwhile attempt, and it leaves you at the end wanting to know more. So there you go. I don't want to spoil it for you. You can read them all whenever, but it's not a bad read. It's not, but the Watchmen TV series, which is it dabbles in with the Alan Moore stuff, of course, but it's now dealt with like 30 years down the road. I think you would. It's fresh using some of the same characters from that show. So it's mostly Amadeus, Asmir, Okidoki, whatever his name is.
Ozymandias.
Sure.
Amadeus.
So you have Ozzy Osbourne and Dr. Manhattan, and those are the two.
Actually, that would be interesting, because if Ozymandias is still around, it's like, he still needs to pay for what he did.
So does Ozzy Osbourne. To be honest with you, how's he still around? So, yes, and that's the thing, right? I would strongly suggest to you two things. One, watch The Witcher. Two, watch The Watchmen. TV series.
Well, when it's on Blu-ray, I'll get it, because that's why I couldn't watch. Well, I mean, I haven't seen an episode of Game of Thrones, and because I don't have HBO, so it's like
Yeah,
and then it's over, and people were like, and by the time I got to the end, it was like everybody's like, it's a bad ending, because they ran out of material. So it's like
No, I caught the last.
Now I know I need to never watch it. It's great.
I caught the last couple episodes of Watchmen, and the one definitely was a Dr. Manhattan episode, eccentric, centralized Dr. Manhattan episode. And it was
there's the whole time thing of it is 19.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it does. Oh man. Okay, that'd be cool, because that was some of the cool parts in the comic of
it was
all
probably
jumping around through time. That's great.
It was probably one of the best episodes that I saw of the last decade. Now you're laughing because it's 2020, new decade. No, of 2019 when I saw it, probably one of the best episodes because it was so smartly written. It was fantastic. And yes, it's this and I'm here and now I'm here, I'm doing this.
Does
and
it
I'm
have boobs? Because there's boobs in Watchmen.
No. I don't believe there's boobs.
Excellent. Good job, Watchmen.
But I did not. It was so good, I didn't even notice that. And that's usually I always have a piece of paper right beside me, and it has little I write up little boxes right there, and I watch the episode, and if I see boobs, I check off the boob mark, and I say, oh, swearing, check that off, and then right beside the boobs, I put at a scale of 1 or 2, so it's like, okay, okay, that's 2, or that's a 1, stuff like that, right? So, you're horrible. I can't believe you brought that up. This goes out to people, and they listen to what you're the smut you're puddling.
You're the one that brought it up first, multiple times.
What? Yeah, but you're the righteous one. You're not supposed to be the You're not supposed to be the
I was
culprit.
curious. It piqued my interest in your lives. I must know.
Dong.
It's on HBO. They do that stuff. Game of Thrones,
Oh yeah. Oh, there. I'm getting on. Yeah, I bring it up. Waka waka. No, I'm the actually righteous one of the two of us, to be honest with you, because I know what you did on that cruise ship. That's all right.
Whatever.
I'm gonna take a little stroll. Yeah, you did all right. Anyways, so besides that, in a quick rundown, comic books. What are you looking forward to? Are you still reading the X books?
I'm behind because I was on a cruise, so
I gotta rub that in all the time, don't you? I'm sorry, I didn't. I'm falling behind. I was on a cruise.
And I was looking at my budget, and I was like, well, I kind of can't keep reading all of these. I did get all the number ones though, but I haven't read Fallen Angels. But then everything else I did like. I did enjoy. I enjoyed Marauders more than I thought I would. Marauders and Excalibur are definitely the two that stuck out more than the stuff I was reading, because I was like, these are stronger than the core books. So that was weird. Because I guess they're just more fun. So it's you know.
Oh yeah,
Hickman's so serious.
Hickman is writing, and I tell you, Hickman, he's hitting it still. I don't care as much as it's serious. he's building a universe in those titles, and the other guys are just fleshing it out, right?
Hmm.
So like the last issue, it had Magneto, Chuck, and Apocalypse go meet the world leaders, right?
Hmm.
And they're having a simple dinner, and they're discussing their ideologies. Well, at the same time, there's something going on in the background that is being addressed. It's a fantastic read. It's just it that I just it's very good.
Also, it was funny because like at the end of the whole House of X and Powers of X, and like
Thank
everybody's
you.
happy. It's like, how long is this gonna last? X Force #1, not even a full issue. Not even a full issue. It's like you don't even
Nope.
get to stay happy a full issue. It's like, no, we're
Nope.
gonna do this now.
Yep. I will say I've tried the other X books, and eh, eh, eh. I'll go with that.
I thought it
I
was
tried.
I thought it was like weird as far as like Marauders because like Kitty couldn't go through the gates, but then I guess it makes a good an interesting story of like she has to use the boat and then she goes around with the boat and saves other mutants. I like that. I like the whole concept of that.
But
I
they
thought I
haven't.
thought that was fun.
Did they ever explain why she can't go through the portal?
Not yet.
Is the portal racist?
What?
I'm just saying. Throwing it out there. Throwing it out there.
Especially since like
Any
that's her whole thing too. Is like she walks through things, so it's like,
hmm,
how's that work?
exactly.
Are they gonna explain that?
Maybe because she can go through things, that's canceling them out, and that's why she can't.
And also, I was like very like, why is Pyro in this? And then like it's funny because he's just like passed out drunk in the boat they take, and I was like, that's
Just like
pretty
you on your
funny.
cruise.
Whatever.
I'm a pirate. Arr. There you
And then
go.
it was like fun in Excalibur to see like Apocalypse heading a team of like heroes, and like he's not always like the most humanely human hero all the time. So it's like but they have a cause that they are dealing with
That's right.
of like all these broken mirrors that they got or broken gates that they got to investigate. So that's pretty neat too.
Well, now that the world is starting to sneak through the defenses, right? Like there's an episode, the issue Hickman wrote, and it was these four old biddies for somehow able to sneak through the defenses and steal flowers. It's like, how you doing that, you old biddies? And even that can make them interesting. Like it's just it's just different and fascinating. You know, something that's what we need more in comic books. It's different and fascinating.
I also like how Cyclops has his house on the moon. He's got the best view. It's like, yeah.
Oh, of
He's like,
course.
I got the best view.
Yeah, because nobody wants them on Earth.
It's like, why so?
Get the
Shut
hell
up.
out of here.
Whatever.
Can I at least stay on the
Why
moon?
settle?
Sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, let's go on the moon where my girlfriend died. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Cyclops, the prick. Even though she's back for the 15th time, it's like, oh yeah, let me just take a spot on the moon where my girlfriend got all slashed up that one time, and there you go. But yeah, nobody wants him on Earth, so they said you can have the moon. There you go. Don't
I also
worry.
thought it was like fun for the New Mutants. It's like it's like Sunspot's like my best friend's not here. I gotta go find him. So that's what we're doing. I thought that
And is
was like
that
a
Cannonball?
funny premise. Of course, of course.
Okay, better be. Don't be
It's
racist.
like I gotta go find my bro, but then of course Starjammers are like, well, we're space pirates and we might be committing this crime right now, so we're gonna just like
Of course.
abandon you and have fun,
Yep.
have fun in
Okay.
space, mutants.
Oh, Tekken. You always know how to put the best spin on the worst stuff. Anyways, all right, mister, I got to go and run, so we got to close this up.
Okay, well, I didn't get to talk about the Rise of Skywalker, but I will say
Fine, 5 minutes. There, let's go. Rise of Skywalker.
I just
I
wanted
can,
to say,
I,
I just
I can
wanted to
shit on
say,
it.
like
Let's go.
I did
Let's,
enjoy, I saw Last Jedi and did not like it. I remember we talking about I was talking about I don't know if we talked about it in the podcast, but like
you
I ended
just
up
didn't
not liking
like
that
the
movie.
milking.
But
You didn't like the milking in that
the
movie.
the Rise
I
of,
know
Rise of
that.
Jedi is a better movie. So I
You know
mean that
something?
being said, whatever. It's they did wrap it up as there's a word I can't think of right now, but they got they
In a tight bow.
any crash you can walk away from. I'll just say that, and that's how I feel about that. So yeah.
Yeah. And you know something? I went into it knowing about the bad reviews and all that, and I enjoyed it. I agree with you 100%. It's that Kylo Ren. Like he's able to find her everywhere. Like that's a bit stalkery, don't you think? Like,
But
oh,
that's the thing. It's like,
I know where you are now.
it's like
Like
in
she never did that
hindsight,
to
dude.
him.
In hindsight, that sequel trilogy is like, it's like I did not think like if you told me 10, 20 years ago they're gonna make episode 7, 8, 9, and I won't even like them as much as episodes 1, 2, and 3, I'd be like, what? You're insane. And then like it just you get to the end and it's like this whole trilogy was for nothing because it just ends back up where it was before, completely inconsequential. Of like, hey, we just you start where you begin, and it seems like nothing happened because it feels like nothing happened, and but then they broke all their toys, so it's like whatever, dude. So
Wrong, wrong. From your broken toys comes the greatest toy ever, and we haven't even talked about that because you probably don't have it. The Mandalorian.
I haven't even seen that, so I don't care.
You should.
And it's not part of the, we're talking about the trilogy here. We're not talking about just
I'm
like
just
in
saying.
these,
You're saying
quirks in
where's
the
the future
universe.
Star Wars goes from here? Right there in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You remind me a bit like Baby Yoda. You're always so nice and positive. It's always nice.
Also, it's like I don't know, man. If a species can be a baby for like 500 years, that seems a bit
Well, 50 years.
okay. Cause like
The
I
baby, you took take off a zero there,
how
buddy.
old is the baby?
Right now the baby's 50 years old.
Okay, cause I was like, dude, that's a long time to take care of a baby
That baby's
in
taking
baby
care of
form.
business. That baby's taking care of business. That's all I'm saying. Don't mess with that baby. That's all right. Any last words you want to say?
Um,
We'll have to do this again sooner than later. For
Borderlands
sure.
3 was also really good. If you enjoyed Borderlands,
Did you finish it? How
yeah,
long did it take you?
I don't remember.
Wow.
It was like 10 to no, it was like 12 to 20, probably if you just don't do the side stuff for sure.
Are you a side stuff person? Does it really, or are
It
you just a?
depends. It depends on the game and the
Because you think
genre.
with Borderlands, you would because you like it so
Well,
much.
that's what happened with Borderlands 3 is like I got to the end and I just didn't feel like playing anymore. I was like, I'm good. Like I was like all the guns I had were like good enough, so I didn't really need any more. And I was just like kind of over the whole gimmick of weird guns that do weird things. I was just like, I just want good guns that do awesome stuff and kill things. So
And you can never find a gun like that, can you?
unnecessary. I mean, you
You,
can, but
you can never find like the golden gun. And you want the golden gun. And you search the whole world for the golden gun. But it never happens. All you do is get a gun that okay, you got to be level 36 to use it, right? So it's like, and even then, you grab a gun that's level 33, and you compare the two. The 33 is better than the 36. It's like, what the heck? What the heck? But it's because there's special stuff attached to it. That's what you'll enjoy that in The Witcher. That's for sure.
well, the DLC is out now, and you can like rob a casino if I haven't played it. So that's the other thing I like about Borderlands. They keep adding on top once the game's out. So I'll have other stuff to do eventually. So I just haven't gone back to it.
Just
So
like that. That's like a game you always like to play.
if
What's that?
if you're talking about that other game that starts with a D, you better not say it because I hate
Oh,
that game.
why you hate that? Oh, now you hate it.
I always hate that game. I love hate that game. That's the
You
problem.
love
Is
hate
like
that game.
there's like a lot of things it does good and does right, but then you play it and you're just like, why am I playing this? I hate
So
this game.
so that game is like a girl. Let's call her Destiny, right?
What?
And she's bad for you, and you know she's bad for you, but she does good things for you once in a while that makes you still love her, right? And everything's all good, and then she treats you bad again. And you go, Destiny, stop doing this to me, baby. I love you. And then she goes, oh, and then Destiny does some more good things. She gives you stuff, and you love her again. And then she treats you bad again. It's a Tekken. You're in a relationship with Destiny, and you have to break it up. You have to go and say, Destiny, you're treating me bad, woman. This is it, and then you'll be fine. You get what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Well, the thing is, like, whenever there's like lulls of time, like there are now in between releases, I can always go back and play it. But then I'll play it and I'll be like, okay, well, what did they add? What's in here? And I'll be playing it, and it's like, oh, yeah. Because I mean, their current release model is like just seasons, and like they
Yeah,
don't do I mean, they don't do the expansion or DLC like they usually like they've had been
yeah.
doing in the first game, or like before Forsaken came out anyway, and they're doing like Forsaken, Warmind, Osiris. And then this year we got Shadowkeep, which was really good, like a good base expansion. But then after the season ended, and it's like, okay, the next season, and it's like you got to see what they are doing with this current content plan. It's like, not as good. So I'm okay with just like playing it once a week, or just like never playing it ever again, or just not playing it when the game that I'm looking forward to for that month or that week is out. I have no problem not playing it. It's like whatever, dude. But then I go back and play it. I'm like, I can always jump back in, but then it's like I'm just reminded of how good it was at one point, and just like how it fell from grace when it was awesome.
Do they play video games in Finland?
Of course they do.
And so if you move to Finland, you're gonna have more time to play video games.
How would I have? Oh yeah, because the 4-day work week.
There you go. There you go. I wonder why they're doing that.
Because it's less stressful on the people, and then people are happier. And the people are happier. Yeah, more peaceful society. Boom, there you go.
But
we didn't talk about politics this episode. That's like a first time in that made me like you said that, and my brain just boomeranged around. And just like I said, society, and I was like politics. So
you don't make as much money.
It's not about
and
money,
so you're not
dude.
happy.
It's not about money. That's the whole reason Tekken's retired right now, enjoying his fun employment.
Destiny only hangs around because you got money, baby.
It's not about the money, dude. It's not about the money.
Destiny is only sticking around with you because you got money, honey.
Please.
And if you don't have the money, poof, you're out the door. Again,
that was like $60 for the season pass, so it's like the price of one game. And then at the end of this year, what comes out? The PS5, and I can be like, guess what, Destiny? You're never touching my PS5. Deuces, get the F out of here. So yeah,
you're not touching my PS. Absolutely, not touching my PS. Destiny, I'm not even gonna let you touch my PS. Absolutely.
Oh, actually, that is big news. Is like Sony's not going to E3 this year. Did you hear that?
That's not much of a shocker, is it, anymore?
But they have a new console coming out, so it's like you'd think they'd want to be like, this is our amazing unveiling of our console, and here's all the things it does. And it's like,
what's first, that or the Tokyo Game Show? The Tokyo Game Show is always first.
Tokyo Game Show is in September, dude. It's in like
really?
fall. Yeah. September.
Then you think they'd want to get ahead with their promotion.
I mean, I think the thing is like Nintendo was actually like right in this respect when they went doing their Nintendo Directs. Is like they don't need, or like they do Nintendo Direct, but they'd still be there at the show. But then they would only focus on like one or two games. But then like Sony is just like completely just like, F you, dropping the mic of like, we don't even need you, ESA. We got like, we can just do our PlayStation X Access, or I don't even know what they're called. They're like,
are you gonna buy the
PlayStation Directs or whatever, and just like show the games, and we have our own event. We can show the hardware, and the internet exists, social media exists. People be tweeting about it and like sharing it all over. We don't need you anymore. It's like
backwards compatible.
I hope it is. If it is, I'll be happy.
I heard a rumor that's backwards for everything.
I've heard a lot of rumors, so it's like
down to PS1.
I'm waiting to see. But
are you still doing the Aimless podcast? There's this.
Oh,
why aren't
man.
you guys talking about that?
Whew.
All the man who hates to love and loves to hate to go.
I would like to be doing Nameless podcast, but it's like how they say wrangling cats or whatever when you're dealing with people. So
I'd love to come on there, but I don't know anything about gaming. All I do is go around talk about boobs and pornography. Waka waka. So I don't think how much I'd be aiming to your Aimless. Actually, that would be more apropos if I were to join your podcast, because it's pretty much what I do is pretty much aimless. So I just go.
Actually, we might be changing our hours, and then if you could, that'd be great. And I'd be like, you know what? If Puff can't be on, then I'm not going to be on ever. And then just put some ultimatum down and be like, this is my goddamn show.
RPG would come for sure. He said, "No, he's not coming back again. I'll come back on." See, use me as bait, and that'll bring everybody else on. There you go. Because everybody loves when I show up on your podcast. Absolutely. Anyways, buddy, I have to go.
It's like so ironic too, because it's like I have nothing to do. I literally have nothing to do.
Nope.
And it's like I was like, man, if we don't get our act together, I just might just start another podcast. You
got it. Yeah, talk. Yeah, and you're gonna be doing your YouTube site with the boob counting, so that's fine. You're gonna be making many after that. I'm just saying, you should do The Witcher and a boob count, and then just watch your views get up there.
I don't know if the algorithm would agree with that.
Well, I'm not gonna say it. Anyway,
Okay, can I just ask you like one thing about Rise of Skywalker since you're like, oh, I loved it or whatever.
yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so what? Okay, let's not spoil anything, but like, what about Rey's lineage? What about that? Because even in the previous movie, Kylo Ren's like, "You're nobody, you're no one," and then it's like, actually, she kind of is, so you're wrong.
Well, because he's an idiot. Obviously, he's stalking her, and he's trying to break up with her in his mind. So you're nothing, you're worthless. And then next thing you know, he's back in like you and Destiny, right? You say to Destiny, you're worthless, you're nothing. All you do is treat me bad, and then next thing you know, you're following Destiny all over the place. So sorry, you understand where Kylo's coming from. You have that deep desire for Destiny, and he has a deep desire for Rey. He's playing hard to get. That's what that is, and that's what Destiny's doing to you, playing hard to get. Come on, maybe you'll get like a super gun with this one. Come on, buy the season pass. I'll treat you good. Yeah, yeah.
Is that all it takes?
That's all it takes for you. Yeah, there might be you can do some more rushes or whatever you guys call it. Some more
Rushes? What?
What do you do? You do your
Raids?
raids. Yeah. Oh, there's
like
some more raids for you. Might have a nice gun for you. And you know what you say when you hear that?
I mean, that's the other thing, dude. That's how I know I'm like it. Like that's like how I know it's over with Destiny. Is like I don't even care anymore. It's like there's so many guns and exotics that they added that I'm just like, you know what? I don't have this. I have, but like I don't go into the game and like have any desire to go and get this thing. It's like, do I need this? No, because I have already awesome stuff. So it's like pass.
Now I think it's a woman now. That's
What would I?
that's why I'm over with Destiny. That's why it's over with Destiny. We're done. We're done. I heard that.
I'm just like, what would I rather do with my time? Chase loot I don't need or do something else? I'd
Yeah.
rather do something else.
Woman, oh, don't need your help. Anyways, that's good. Well, buddy, next time I have to wake you up an hour earlier, just a half hour early, so we can talk some more. But I have to go run 10 to 15 kilometers today, so probably 10. I'm tired. But sign us off, buddy, and then we'll unless this hasn't been recording, since that's a big fear.
Hopefully it has been, because the timer
Yeah.
says an hour and 2 minutes and 37 seconds. So
Oh, there you go.
hopefully it's all okay. But
And just let you know that since you were talking, I've been getting changed. So I've been in some stage in this conversation naked. So I'll just let you know. Waka waka,
I'm gonna name that this episode that.
waka waka,
So waka waka waka.
waka waka.
So yeah, that's it for Comic Talk Podcast. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share with your friends or not. That's cool too. I totally
Sweet
just did like
mother
the
God,
long
if
sign
you
off.
commented
Whatever.
this, it'd be a surprise.
So you know,
That'd be-
until you see or hear from us again, Comic Talk Podcast, and we're now signing off.